What's going on, guys? My name is Drew and welcome back to episode 2 of season 2 of this FM21 save here in Germany at Stuttgart. In today's episode we're going to catch up on how we've got on since the last one, and we'll play our live comm today, which will be against Arminia Bielefeld. Before we get into the video, if you are new to the channel, please do help by smashing that subscribe button, turn those notifications on. And if you enjoy this kind of content, want to see more, please hit that thumbs up button to show you like it. Let's get in to the episode then, starting with how we got on in our last few games. So guys, our last match was against Hoffenheim, where we drew 1-1, thanks to Gonzalez giving us an early lead on 26 minutes, but Larson getting a goal back. And yeah, quite a disappointing point for us in that Hoffenheim game. We then bounced back massively. Probably our biggest win of both seasons so far, I think, actually, isn't it? Yeah, because we won 6-0 at the start of last season. So yeah, certainly our biggest victory so far. An 8-3 demolishing of Cologne. 2 goals from Arezzo, 3 from Gonzalez. 1 from Thiago Almada and 2 from Hulk. So he's certainly, and I'm not going to do it because I said that I wasn't going to overdo the Hulk smash this season, although I have mentioned it there. We certainly smashed Cologne in that game. They did get 3 goals back, 2 quite late on. I think we took our foot off the gas a bit, to be fair, towards the end of that game, but yeah, decent result for us there, and not a bad way to kind of carry on from that disappointing draw against Hoffenheim. We then followed that demolishing of Cologne up with a 5-3 defeat to Schalke. Obviously another high scoring game. We were actually 2 goals up in that game thanks to Gonzalez and Arezzo. They went 5-2 up on us, and we managed to get a goal back right at the end of the game with Gonzalez again on 91 minutes to save us a bit of grace from a 5-2 defeat. It's still a 5-3 defeat, which is still quite shocking, especially as it's on the back of that win over Cologne. But that means we've conceded 8 goals in the last 2 games, which is a bit worrying for our defence. We then followed that defeat up to Schalke with a good 2-0 win over Augsburg. Almada and Gonzalez again grabbing us the goals. And we then played our first game of our Europa League group against Rennes, where we drew that one 1-1. Tough match, actually. I mean, I play Rennes on my Lyon save on Twitch. A cheeky little plug there. Do go and follow me on Twitch if you're not already. The link is in the description below. And where I'm managing Lyon at the moment, we do have a bit of rivalry with Rennes. We struggle quite a bit against them. They have got a really good team, and same applies to Stuttgart here as well. So just a 1-1 draw against them in the first game of the group, and then we've just played against Eintracht Frankfurt and another draw there. So a couple of draws recently. Hopefully we can bounce back with another win against Bielefeld in our live con game. Let's go and have a look at that Europa League group then and see who else we got drawn against. So as you can see, there's our 1-1 draw against Rennes. We also got drawn against Leicester City of the Premier League and Apple as well. So not a bad group, I guess. I think between us and Leicester, I would have thought to be favourites to go through. But yeah, I think getting that 1-1 draw in France is a pretty decent result for us to start with. We've got Leicester coming up soon, so hopefully we can be competitive against them and set ourselves up quite nicely for the group. We've got, I expect us to beat Apple, who I think are a Cypriot team. I'm expecting us to beat them. I would expect us to beat all the teams at home. I think we're quite strong at home. So I'm relying on those performances to sort of get us through this group. But in terms of the board expectation, they're just expecting us to be competitive this season in Europa League. Obviously, it's our first season with me at the helm in Europe as well. And we did so well to get into Europe last season, given that we were only expected to achieve avoiding relegation. So yeah, Looking forward to competing in Europe, and hopefully, like I say, we can set ourselves up quite nicely in the group and try and get as far as we can in this tournament. So there's one more bit of transfer business that we did, which we'll go through now just before we get into that live com against Arminia Bielefeld. So we did mention that we were looking at potentially bringing in some more players, given that we had quite a decent transfer budget available. We've brought in Nicolas de la Cruz. Now, not somebody, again, that I've signed in FM, and it's interesting because there are quite a few players that we've signed in this save that I've not signed ever before in Football Manager, so it's good to be able to try these different players out. This one comes courtesy of another streamer, actually, Bully Beef, who suggested in his network save of Mr. Diz, another fantastic streamer, both of them awesome streamers and amazing content creators as well, that this is a player that Mr. Diz should be using on their network save where they're playing River versus Boca. I think Mr. Diz is River, and Bully was suggesting that Mr. Diz should be using this guy more, so I thought I'd have a look at him as well, see how decent he is, because the suggestion is he might be pretty decent in this version of Football Manager. So we've brought him in. He's currently 3.5 stars, potential to be 4 stars as well. He's only 24 years of age, Uruguayan player. Plays as a winger. We brought him in for 5.25 million, which I think is a decent deal for a player that's potentially decent and can play sort of inverted winger, inside forward, but mainly on the sort of left wing. So it's going to be a really useful player for us this season, and quite excited to see how we get on using him. And he might be a player I bring in on future saves as well if he does turn out to be decent. Let's get into our live com then of the episode against Bielefeld. So this is the lineup we're going to go with today. So Kobel in goal, Fosu Mensah as our right back, Regani Anton as our centre backs, and Ailton as our left back. Mangala and Andre Anderson in midfield, De La Cruz on the left, Almada on the right, and Pato and Gonzalez up front. Quite a different team setup if we look at last season compared to this season. Obviously, having that money to spend has really helped us bring in some quality players, which we obviously need, given that we are competing in the league, and obviously the expectations are slightly different this season compared to last season, and obviously we're in Europe as well. It's taken a little while to get our first highlight, 10 minutes into the game, but we've got one now. De La Cruz, good save. First real attempt from him. That's a good save from the goalkeeper. Don't need to say it. Good block from the keeper there, as I thought they were going to score. Again, they go close. Kobel saves again. Gonzalez pulls it across. They got Woodburn in their team. I didn't even notice that. I assume that's Ben Woodburn from Liverpool. And Fabian Klos has turned the ball in. The second goal of the season. We're 1-0 down. Those 2 draws have really knocked our confidence a bit. I think we're struggling. We're currently 8th in the table. Slowly dropping down with those 2 draws. We need to bounce back here though and get a win if we can. Gonzalez pulls it across. De La Cruz, good block again. Andre Anderson, Gonzalez, Ailton. Threads it through. Gonzalez, good goal. Does it count? I don't try and get excited as much right at the start when we score, because we do get quite a few goals disallowed. That's a great ball from Andre Anderson through to Gonzalez. Really good finish. As you'd expect from Gonzalez, he's absolutely firing this season. And we go in half time then at 1 apiece. Didn't quite expect us to be struggling as much as we are really against Bielefeld. A team that we finished last season by beating. But they've had quite a few shots. More possession than we've had slightly, but I feel like we've got a few more gears to go. We've not really started very well in this game. I'm going to fire the team up for the second half, and hopefully we can push on and get a win. They're pushing forward again here. Regani clears it. Woodburn's in. Good save from Kobel. I've told the players to go more direct So let's see if that helps us at all, as another shot goes rattling into the goalkeeper's hands. Pato's really struggling as well. It's on a 6.3, but we know if he can get a goal, that will change. It's always a bit of a contentious decision bringing Pato into the team. He's not the player he used to be. I thought he might be able to do a decent shift for us as a backup. As they're pushing forward again here. Barrett Mola, straight at the goalkeeper again. I'm going to take Pato off and I'm going to bring on Benteke, who's going to be our support player. I'm going to tell the team we're going more direct, which is fine. I'm going to say distribute to target man, long kicks. See if we can get our team up the pitch a bit here, because we are struggling. So we approach the last 2 minutes. Got a highlight here though, although it's going to go straight to them unless we can win it back. Anton wins it back. Ailton now. Oh, could we get a goal right at the end of the game? Got a corner. Tommy to drift it in. Anton just wide. Well, sorry about that, viewers. What a disappointing game that was. Another draw for us. The worrying side of it is that we are drawing games again. We had this sort of patch last season where we did struggle after sort of several games in to get form, and we were sort of drawing or losing games. Let's hope that's not going to happen again here. I feel like we have strengthened the side though compared to last season, so hopefully we have got the quality to sort of win these games, especially against these sort of teams, because these are ones that we were winning last season. They had 17 shots, so 12 on target, which is quite a concern. Luckily they didn't make any of them count apart from obviously one, and they dominated us in possession as well, and we were the home side. A lot to think about here at Stuttgart. You were not good enough tonight. We should be winning that game. So yeah, we're 8th in the table. We're only a point off of Leverkusen in 7th. Interesting to see Bayern, who obviously performed so well last season. They're only 3 points ahead of us in 6th place. Currently Mainz at the top of the table, running away with it a bit. Right guys, so after that disappointing draw against Bielefeld, I'll now play on again, probably to the Apple game in the Europa League on the 21st of October. See if we can up our performances between now and then, and obviously get some much needed wins under our belts. But hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. Please make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.